Today we're interviewing Donna Tighe at the Foodbank. The Foodbank is an organization that provides healthy food options to those in need in the Hampton Roads area. Welcome back to the Service Matters podcast. Today we have Donna Tighe. She has been with Virginia Peninsula Foodbank since May 2010. She has held various positions to include volunteer coordinator, community engagement manager, and her current position for almost 3 years as director of development. Prior to working at the Foodbank, she worked for Avon Fashion's Spiegel Distribution Center for 33 years in operations and customer service management. Throughout her career, she's always focused on empowering others to reach their potential, offering dignity and respect to others, and bringing in dedication and commitment to her work and her community. Donna is a native of Newport and has graduated from Thomas Nelson Community College. She's a member of the Grand Federation Women's Club Hampton chapter and enjoys boating, playing in the dirt, dancing, cooking, volunteering, and helping others. So welcome, Donna Tighe.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yes. So to get started, could you just tell us what this place that we're in is and what the Foodbank is?
Okay, you are sitting in the Virginia Peninsula Foodbank. We're about a 50,000 square foot facility. We used to be located in Newport News on Hosier Street, which was about a 10,000 foot square facility, but it was very inadequate. It was a building that was falling apart, and when we saw the need increase in our community where individuals were needing more help, reaching out for us food assistance, we knew it was time that we needed to build a bigger building. So this facility was built by our community through a capital campaign. So we are busting at the seams a little bit with our freezer refrigeration, but we're working on other ways to manage all the fresh produce and the healthy foods that we're purchasing for families. And we are a member of Feeding America, which is one of the largest hunger relief organizations across the U.S. We're one of 7 food banks in Virginia, and we serve families across the greater peninsula. So we go as far as Gloucester, Matthews, James City County, Williamsburg, Newport News, Hampton, York, Poquoson, and Surrey, 9 cities and counties.
Wow. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of the mission of the food bank to you and to the team here?
Yes. The mission of the food bank is to distribute food effectively through collaborative efforts that minimize hunger and promote nutrition through education. So what that means is we collaborate with about 140 partner agencies, faith-based organizations, food pantries, soup kitchens, shelters, to ensure that we can reach all those in our service area that need help. We want people to be able to go somewhere close to home because we're located in Hampton, but our reach goes. So we partner with other facilities, food pantries. So how the food bank works is we depend on our community to help bring in food donations, just like the Canstructure is going to do. And we work with organizations, corporations, businesses, schools, colleges, grocery stores. Anybody can support the food bank. So we ask them to collect food and funds, and the food comes here, and the funds go towards, of course, operations and purchasing food. So you're sitting in our facility right in our partner agencies, what we call our shopping area, where our partner agencies come and get food, and then they take it back to their facility, and that's where families go to for help. But we do also have walk-up individuals as well that need assistance. So we will help provide for them, and then we will also give them some referrals to go to some of our partner agencies that are closer to home.
So how many organizations are you guys partnered with right now?
About 140.
Wow.
And we make sure that they're spread out throughout. We don't want 5 on one 5 in one area. We really try to do it strategically so that it's mapped out throughout our service area.
Yes.
So that families are within really close distance to their home, because a lot of families don't have transportation. We see individuals, hear from individuals that are reaching out that they're homebound, they don't have transportation. They can't get here, they can't come to our monthly drive-through mobile pantries. So of course, if there's a place close to them that they could get help or go to walk to, then that makes it a lot easier access. And that's another one of our goals, is to make sure that families have an easier access to getting food assistance.
So you talked about transportation and how you guys are trying to face that challenge. What are some other challenges that you guys are trying to face, and how are you what are your solutions?
Well, through the transportation issue is a big issue, and one of the things that we're doing is DoorDash. So we started about a year ago. We started a pilot program with DoorDash, and we do that on Wednesdays. So anybody that has called and needed help, we will order DoorDash to come and pick up a box of food, some produce and things like that, and then they will deliver that to the home. So I love that program. There's a lot of seniors that are homebound, that can't get out, that are disabled, so it really helps them. And our veterans, there are veterans out there needing help as well. So we have a great relationship with the VA hospital. And some of the other challenges, something that we're really expanding on, is our food as medicine program. A lot of individuals who have chronic illnesses are also food insecure. So we know how important eating healthy food is to ensuring someone has a healthier quality of life, with good nutrition to get them through their hardships and their health issues. So we've established a food as medicine program. So we're partnering with local hospitals like Centera, Riverside Hospital, and we're doing nutritional education, and we're also providing healthier food, so that, like, if a patient leaves the hospital, they have a nice healthy box of food. If they see someone that's food insecure, that could be a patient, we're also helping along that way. So we're really we're in the growing process of that program, but it's just, there's a lot of individuals across our community, across our country, who are food insecure. And it's always so important to help those that are, have some health issues like diabetes or congestive heart failure, that we can help them with healthier food so that they can live a better, quality of life. It's a great way to invest in a healthier community.
Yes. So what role does the volunteers play in these challenges that you're trying to face? You already talked about.
Well, volunteers are a critical part of a nonprofit organization. So we have 36 employees, and 4 of those are part-time. So our volunteers equate to about 13 full-time equivalent personnel, their hours that they give. So if we had to hire 13 staff members, that would take away from all the food that we could purchase, so that would decrease the amount of food that we could give out to our community. So that's why volunteering is so critical. It's I always say a main ingredient as well to food banking. We have them pack boxes for families. We have them pack bags for children. We pack about 1,600 bags a week for kids to take home with them on the weekends. They're delivered to the schools on Thursdays, and the kids get to take them home on Friday. They put them in their backpack. And we have monthly mobile drive-through distributions where we set up in parking lots, church parking lots. The families drive through, the individuals drive through. All they have to do is pop their trunk, and the volunteers help fill the trunk with food, because it's hard for someone to come and ask for help. A lot of individuals are embarrassed or ashamed, and we don't want them to be, so they get every bit of respect that they deserve. So this is a great way for someone to come through and get help, whether it's one time or an average of 3 times that someone reaches out for help. So volunteers play a very critical role in our mission, and we're grateful for every one of them. For every hour makes a difference.
Yeah. So you've been with the food bank for 14 years?
It'll be 15 next month.
Wow.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. So what drew you to this mission here at the food bank, and what has kept you around for the last 15 years?
Well, I was previously employed down the street. It's so funny, the company used to own this property, so I guess it just kind of drew me in, found out about the volunteer coordinator position through a friend, and I always loved volunteering myself before I came to Foodbank, and I volunteered. So, and I always like to help other people and give back. So I guess it's just things happen for a reason. And 15 years later, here I am still, and I love giving back, and I love working with the public, and I've met a lot of wonderful people, just like YVC, the Youth Volunteer Corps of Hampton Roads. It's just been a wonderful opportunity to partner with you all, and seeing the students, get involved and learning about hunger in the community and how hunger can impact anybody. I think a lot of individuals don't realize all that food banking is involved with food banking. We're kind of like the engines behind nourishing our community to make sure that anyone needs help gets the help that they need. So I guess it's just a matter of giving help and getting helping others, and getting to meet a lot of wonderful people over the last 15 years who've become friends as well. So we have a wonderful giving community that wants to help, and sometimes they don't know how to help, so we just give them some opportunities to think about, to support our programs. And it's just always a pleasure to see how our community wants to give back and help others.
As volunteer coordinator, how did you try to draw volunteers in to help? What were some of the methods that you used?
Well, anytime we have an event, we always talk about volunteering. We put it on our social media. We talk about it in our newsletters. Whenever we're in front of a group, we talk about how important volunteers are to the community. So anytime we have an opportunity to talk about volunteering or the food bank, we always incorporate the volunteer piece to let everyone know how important it is to our mission. A lot of, it's over 23,000 hours, I believe, last year that individuals shared their time, their talent, helping, like, again, all the different functions that we need. So that's a lot of individuals, corporations, civic groups come and volunteer, schools, anyone can help out.
What are some personal anecdotes that you've seen of the effect of the food bank on the community and those in need?
How we've made a difference in so many people's lives. We get inquiries from individuals who have had personal issues, hardships, financial hardships, financial hardships, health, and been in car accidents. So hunger can impact anyone. It's just wonderful to see how we're changing people's lives. I recently talked to a senior who was 77 years old, and she comes to one of our monthly food distribution at one of our low-income senior communities, and she said she just can't depend on just Social Security alone. So it helps her out, the impact of the food bank, getting fresh fruit and produce. A lot of families cannot afford fresh produce and fresh fruits and vegetables. So this is how we're also trying to make our community healthier, is we are purchasing a lot of those healthier items. We have a food group. When I was growing up, it used to be the pyramid. Then it was the foods we encouraged. Now it was a plate. So now we call it our healthy eating research, HER guidelines. So we try to focus on green foods like fresh fruits and produce, fresh green, even if it's in a can, that you want to eat often. And yellow foods are some things you want to eat on occasion or sometimes, like canned fruits and vegetables, canned meats, canned protein. And then there's red that you want to really stay away from, is like your chips and your cookies and your crackers, a lot of high sugar, fats, salt. So we're really focusing on healthy food, because when individuals, especially seniors, get into their golden years, these are items that they really want to we want to focus on providing them with healthy food. Years ago, food banks used to just give out any type of food, canned goods or, but now we've evolved into moving into more healthier food because we see how hunger is impacting everyone's health, and we want to make sure our community is healthier and has a wonderful quality of life. I don't know, did I answer your question?
Yes. No.
Okay. I was going to say, did I answer that right? No. So.
Could you describe the feeling that you get from, impacting the community, helping the community, and following through with this purposeful mission?
Well, when you hear people, especially when I go out to some of our drive-through distributions and I go and meet some of the seniors at our low-income communities, I get out and I will actually go and help deliver boxes to individuals' homes. And they just say, we are so blessed to have the food bank. And they just show how grateful they are to get the food. And I think it's that reciprocation. They really appreciate the help that they're getting. And I always tell them it's just not the food bank, it's our community who is helping, provide these resources for you. And that's what it is. It's a collaborative effort with our entire community to make our mission possible. And I always tell everybody, you're the one that makes our mission possible, and we're grateful for everyone that believes in our cause. Food is a basic need. Everybody has to have food to survive, especially teenagers. And when you're hungry, you probably don't want to go to school. You want to put your head down. You don't want to study. So we want to try to get children at a younger age, and that helps with the backpack program, and to make sure that the kids are fed well and healthy, with healthy food. Because you are our future, so we want to make sure that they have the resources to get through the day and study hard and get good grades, get outside and play.
So, what is the backpack program?
Food for Backpack program started back in 2004. It's when teachers saw that children were coming to school hungry. So over the weekends, there's a hunger gap. When you leave Friday at 3 o'clock, they're still have the weekend that you need to eat. So that's when the schools reached out to us to start providing bags of food for kids to take home with them on the weekends. It's about 1,600 bags at 34 different sites. And thank goodness for the school engagement counselors, because they're the ones who help coordinate these programs within the school. So we deliver the bags on Thursday, and they're given out on Friday. They're put in the children's backpacks, and they take them home over the weekends. So it kind of bridges that hunger gap from when they come back to school on Monday, where they have lunch, breakfast and lunch, and so this helps them get through the weekend. We also have another childhood hunger program called the Kids Cafe, where our culinary students prepare hot meals for kids for after-school programs. They get a hot meal, and they're doing almost 500 meals a day, Monday through Friday, so those get delivered to after-school programs. And just a real quick, we have it's a 12-week free culinary training program. It's for adults, and as they learn the arts of culinary and personal development, professional development skills, they're also learning that through preparing hot meals for the kids for after-school programs. So.
Could you go ahead and describe what Canstructure is and how it's helping the food bank in its mission?
Well, the Canstructure is where schools collect cans and they build structures out of the canned goods. So, and I think this is probably going to be maybe the 10th or 11th event, because I know during COVID there was a little break there where we couldn't do the Canstructure. But I love this program, and I love YVCHR. I think I've always tell Katie, I said, I wish they had that when I was going to school, because I think it's a wonderful program to get the teens involved and learning about your community. That's so important, where you live, and all the different organizations that are out there helping others. But yeah, you build these awesome structures out of canned goods. And I've been a judge a couple times, and it's hard to judge that event because all of them are so awesome. And I just think it's great because you get to learn about hunger in the community. You get to work with other students, teamwork. You get to be creative, coming up with all these ideas. I mean, some of the structures have just been amazing, and it's just so exciting to see what the results are. But it has provided since 2012 was the first one, over 150,000 meals.
Wow.
Right. So that's something to be very proud of.
Yes.
And it's great seeing all the teens and the students come together to be involved in this project, to give back to the community and to educate everyone on hunger in the community, because hunger can impact a home without any notice. And we especially saw that during COVID. People that had never even heard of a food bank had to reach out to the food bank. So, losing your job through no fault of your own. So it was very devastating for a lot of individuals that needed to reach out for help. So, but hopefully they've gotten through that difficult time. But that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Hey, Donna, I had a question, kind of segueing a little bit off of Canstructure and Foodbank. Just wondered. So now, did you grow up in Newport News, or where
I did.
You did? Oh, wow. So this is your community?
No, that one doesn't monitor. The third one doesn't.
Oh, sorry. So, so you've been part of Newport News tell us a little about your childhood.
Let me tell you how old I
Well,
am.
you don't have to do. No,
I'm
ma'am.
just kidding.
But so tell us a little. Have you seen this kind of Hampton Roads change over time, and this community?
Wow, it's really grown. Yeah, I grew up pretty much here. I started at second grade in Hilton Elementary, but it's really grown tremendously.
I'm so sorry. But could you speak?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. Well, I've just seen it grown tremendously. I mean, we've like doubled and tripled in size, and so many individuals have moved into our area because it's a great city to live in. A lot of opportunities for families, our military. We have the shipyard, a lot of resources. We don't have as many resources for community partnerships like some other bigger food banks do, but the ones that we do have really step up to the plate and support our mission.
So, I was thinking just on the opposite side of that, you think about the future, 10 years down the road, Hampton Roads continues to grow, or food bank. Where do you see the food bank in 10 years? What do you see this looking like?
Well, we hope the lines will be shorter and there won't be any lines. I think that's our mission, to make sure that anyone that needs help has someplace to go to. But when you see the lines shorting, that we're improving. Our families are getting the resources that they need to live a healthier life. So down the road too, our Food is Medicine program, we're real excited about that to help those who have chronic illnesses live a healthier quality of life. That's a great way to invest in your community, to ensure we have a healthier community.
Well, I look back here, I see these empty shelves. What are ways, if somebody was listening to this right now and they said, we want to do something to help, what could they do?
Well, 3 ways: time, food, and monetary donations. Our shelves have been pretty empty for the last year. The rise in food cost, rent, utilities, a lot of families are struggling with food insecurity or just living paycheck to paycheck. So it's so critical that we keep our shelves full all the time, but we've really struggled. We've never seen our shelves bare this long. And we're getting ready to go in the summer months when our shelves are really bare. So the Canstructure will really help us out a lot to fill our shelves. I think the goal is 24,000 pounds. I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But those are the 3 ways: give your time, donate food, and for every $1 we can provide the equivalent of 3 meals.
Wow.
It helps us purchase food, which we're having to do a lot of. Pre-COVID, we probably spent $500,000 or $600,000. We're up almost $2 million for purchasing food to make sure that we have the resources for families. Because we've seen about a 35% increase over the last year compared to last year of individuals reaching out for help. We've had about 300,000 visits between the food bank, our programs, and our partner agencies.
That is astounding. What do you think that rise is? What's that due to?
The food cost.
Yep.
And the economy right now is families are struggling. After the utility, the first thing I think someone wants to make sure they have a roof over their, over their head. So they focus on paying their rent, paying the utilities. So food, I always say, takes the back burner. So that's when our resources help out families. So if they're listening to that and they want to give canned goods or time or money, they can just go to the website? Yes, our website is hrfoodbank.org, or they can mail in a check at 2401 Aluminum Avenue, Hampton, Virginia 23661. But an easy way is just to go online at hrfoodbank.org. They can drop off their canned goods here at the food bank, or we have other drop-off locations throughout the community to make it a lot easier at different locations, which can also be found on our website. Individuals can coordinate a food and fun drive at their school, like you are doing with Canstructure, at their business, at an event. Anybody can bring canned goods to an event. Set up an online Just Giving page, like a peer-to-peer giving page. Participate in some of the events that are coming up as well, that are put on by our community.
We always have our famous question at the end here. Reagan, do you want?
So obviously, the whole mission of the food bank stems around service, and so we want to ask you, what is the service way to you?
What is the service way?
Yeah. So what does serving mean to you? What is the purpose of it all? Why should we give back to others?
Well, you just never know when you're going to need help one day. That's what I've always said, but that's not always the right reason. But I think it always just gives me it makes me feel good when I know that I'm helping someone that needs help. Because again, you just never know when you yourself may need help. But you get to meet people that you're helping, you see the positive and how good they feel. It leaves a good feeling with them to know that they have a giving community, and it leaves a good feeling with myself as well, knowing that I've helped someone out to help put them right on the path. Because a lot of paths are not always straight for everybody. Sometimes their path goes a different direction, but I want to help them, if I can, get them right on the straight path. So
that leads me to one more thing. When you're answering that, I was thinking about that. So making you feel good and those paths that change. Mm-hmm. So for you, was there anybody in your life that ever you thought, this is a person that just gave me something good or served me in a way that really made a difference for you?
Oh gosh, that's a big question. I don't know how it's just something that I don't know, maybe my somewhere in my family, I guess, they've instilled giving back to your community, to help them out. I think it's just always been something our family has always done, and we've always enjoyed helping others and giving back. I was raised in a single family for a while, so seeing my mother take care of 3 kids, and so I want to go out and help others as well, to get through some difficult times in their life. So I think it's always good to give back. You learn from giving back. Like when you come to volunteer, you might not understand how food banking works, so you get to learn processes that you might be able to take away, and apply somewhere in your life as well. So, but I don't know, it's just one of those things that I always felt that it was something that we should do.
Well, we're very thankful for your time, Donna, and we're thankful for the food bank and the work that you all do in our communities. And I've benefited from the program and watched so many families who have benefited from the backpack program and so many of your different programs. So thank you all very much for all that you do and for being on the podcast today. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for partnering with the Food Bank and for believing in our cause, because no one should go hungry.